Alright, this is going to be my personal thoughts on a 2021 New Holland Workmaster 105 after about 83 hours of use. We bought this tractor in about July of 2022, but it is a 2021 model. I'm going to start here at the loader, and I'm going to go around the whole tractor and then show you inside the cab. I'm going to start off here with the 632 loader. Starting right up here at the bucket, where you'll attach is your skid steer quick attach. This tractor does have. You can option to get a Euro quick attach or global quick attach, but this one comes standard with the skid steer quick attach, which is good because those hay forks will conform with the same hay forks that's on that 50, which also has skid steer quick attach. They're interchangeable, which is very, very nice. I like the skid steer quick attach. The loader itself is very, very smooth. The hydraulics, when you your joystick in the cab is very, very smooth. It's very easy to lift the loader and roll the bucket or roll your forks at the same time to keep it level, almost like a self-level. But this tractor does not have self-leveling, so very heavy-duty loader. It's I believe this loader can lift up to, the curl can lift up to almost 4,000 or 5,000 pounds, and it can lift, I believe, 3,200 pounds to full height. I may not be 100% on that, but that's just what I'm remembering offhand. The tires on this tractor, I'll go to the tractor. The tires on this are bias ply tires. It has a 12 4x24 bias on the front and an 18 430 bias on the rear. I do not believe you can get radials on these. The biases are good. They have good tread in them. After 83 hours of use, they still look, they still look brand new, which I haven't done a whole lot of roading with them, but hopefully they'll last for a long, long time. This is a brand new tractor, so it unfortunately does have diesel exhaust fluid along with your regular diesel. The diesel exhaust fluid, this thing does not burn a whole lot of diesel exhaust fluid. It was brand new when we bought it. It had 0 hours on it. I had it on that bush hog and that hay mower and our baler a little bit, and it took me to 71 hours before the DEF got down to 13%, and I was able to put a 2.5 gallon jug of Peak Blue DEF in it. And I believe this holds almost 3 gallons, so I had to let it get pretty low before I could fit a whole 2.5 gallon jug in it. 30 gallon diesel tank. This tractor does not burn hardly any fuel. Running the hay mower and the baler, longest I've gone is 20 hours on a tank, and I still had a quarter of a tank of fuel left. So you could probably go longer. It is a lockable fuel cap, so toolbox is good on this one. Oh, it appears I need to take some stuff out of there. This tractor does have the optioned 1,000 PTO. It's a 540,000, but we don't have anything that uses 1,000 PTO, so I don't really use. I'll fix that in a minute. I don't really use 1,000 PTO a whole lot. But it is there in case we ever do get something in the future that requires it. The rear tires are not loaded in it. As you can hear, they're just air. We intend to load these back tires with water for added stability, but to be honest, this tractor, it's so big, you don't really need the weight. I can pick up 2 4x5 round bales with the front end loader, and the back end still feels very planted. But we will eventually, for stability on our hills, we will be loading the back tires when I'm bush hogging on the hills. Coming back to the 3-point, does have stabilizer links, which you only pull that and that'll pull up, which of course it's got weight on it, so you can't really do that. Adjustable link ends, you'll push that down, that link will slide out to help you get into place. PTO drawbar, 2 remotes on the back, or 2 sets of remotes rather, which is pretty much standard in most any tractor nowadays. Your 7-way plug is right there for your equipment, for like baler harnesses or what have you. That wire that's coming down from the back window, that is for the bale monitor, so that won't come on most of your tractors. But if anybody knows what you use this plug for, that would be very, very good to know, because it's just a 3-pin, but I have absolutely no idea what that does. You can option, it has the slots to option for a 3rd hydraulic remote on the back. Hydraulic fill is right down here, which it's covered up with grass, but it's right there. Hydraulic fill and check is right there. Adjustable link ends, threaded link ends on both ends. Top link, and then the same on this side, which these PTO links, these ends are very cool. You can see they're slotted. This is a category 2 bush hog, and it has a category 1 pin inside of that, so you do not have to use bushings when you're adapting from a category 2 to a category 1 implement, which is very, very nice, because then you don't have to keep bushings in your tractor or anything. It does have rear lights. It has brake lights, which is very nice. It has lights on the back of the cab, and it's got flashers up there. The rear lights, they are halogens, but they are very bright for halogen lights. Corner post exhaust, telescoping mirrors. All this is standard. This came as a pretty basic tractor. We didn't have anything added to it. We just bought it from the dealer, and this is what it looks like. But corner post exhaust is really nice. First tractor we've ever had with corner post exhaust, which is nice. Battery box is down here, easy to get to. This step will fold up out of your way. You can take this bolt out and this bolt out. Step will fold up out of the way to get access to your battery. And that battery is the size of that box. It's almost 1,000 cold cranking amp battery. It's a massive battery under there. Engine oil check and fill is right there. These side panels do come off. The turbocharger's right under here on this side, and then on the black panel on the other side is where your fuel filters and your engine oil filter is. Let me think. What else on the front? 4-wheel drive, obviously. It does have a horn, and I believe you can get these with front weights, which we don't really need front weights. The tractor's heavy enough as it is. It's got that front end. You may see that shiny thing right there. That is a replaced hydraulic pump. At 6 hours of use, the hydraulic pump went out in this tractor. Lost all hydraulics in the loader and in the 3-point. And called the dealer. They took it, did some tests, and they determined the hydraulic pump was bad. They replaced it at 6 hours on the hour meter. It now has 83 hours, and this thing has not given us any problems since. I'm gonna step up inside the cab. Has very good door seals, which is very nice for keeping the dust out when you're baling. Very, very wide entry door, which I do like. And it's just a solid 4-post cab, which is very nice. Climb up in here. This tractor does have a buddy seat standard from the factory, which is nice. I don't really carry a whole lot of passengers with me. Sometimes I'll carry somebody here or there. But what I like to do is when I'm by myself, I'll stuff a water bottle down in there, and it's spring loaded. So stuff a water bottle down in there, and I'll keep it, because that little cup holder right there, if you have a 20-ounce water bottle in it, and you hit a bump, the water bottle will come out of it. It's kind of a shallow cup holder, which it's okay, but I wish they would have made that just a little bit bigger. And you got a pocket right there for your phone. I stuck my phone in there a few times before I mounted my phone mount. But nice wide entry and exit. I can crawl right up in here. Don't have any problems getting in the tractor. I'm gonna shut my door here. There we go. This one is a power shuttle, which means you do not have to clutch from forwards to reverse. You just pull it from forwards straight to reverse. The computer does all the work. If you want to go back forwards, it'll just go back forwards. Very, very, very nice to have that power shuttle. That other one over there is a mechanical shuttle, and mechanical shuttles are good, but if you're doing a lot of baling, power shuttle's always gonna supersede a mechanical. And then, of course, your foot pedals. You got a foot throttle down there on the floor. Got dual brakes you can unlock to do left or right braking. Have your steering wheel. That'll come down. And then, of course, your clutch. Here on the dash, it shows your RPMs. And then it shows your engine temperature and your fuel level. And then if I turn it on, the digital dash will show PTO RPMs, tractor engine hours, DEF percentage, battery voltage, your auto throttle, and then your speed. And then it shows up here that, of course, it's not running. The park brakes on, engine oil pressure light, and then battery light, which, like I said, of course, those two will not be on when the tractor's running. But I'm going to talk about something on this tractor that I think is really nice. It is the auto throttle. Auto throttle is super, super, super nice for baling, because on this particular tractor, I have my auto throttles set at auto throttle number 1 is 540 on the PTO. So if I just do that, it'll take the RPM straight to where it needs to be for 540. And then if I want to recall it, take it back to an idle, I just push it again and it'll take itself back to an idle. And my number 2 is for a high idle. Like when it's cold and this thing needs to warm up, you just push that down, it'll idle itself up to warm it up, and push it back to recall it. And then if you're going up a hill, you need just a little bit more RPM, your RPMs are dropping, you can bump this up. That bumps it up just a tiny bit, and then if you want to go back down, you go back down. It will stay the same once you set it. Like if you bump it up 4 clicks, it'll stay at 4 clicks constantly until you adjust it again. These buttons over here, I have no idea what they do. I believe they're for the analog dash, but to be honest with you, I'm afraid to touch them when the tractor's on because I don't want to mess it up. But over here, it's got horn, lights, turn signals, and then your flashers are right there. Down here, you have your corner lights, some lights on the hood, front windshield washer, and then electric over hydraulic 4-wheel drive, which is very nice. I like that electric over hydraulic 4-wheel drive. Park brake is right here, right on the left side. Park brakes pretty easy to pull down and push back up. I do use the brakes to pull it back up out of habit. I had other tractor that you could not pull this up. You could, but it'd be very hard. You had to push the brakes and then pull the park brake. It's habit for me. Loader joystick is in a good location for me. I'm not a very big person, but so my arms and stuff aren't that long. But loader joystick's in a good place for me. Your first and second rear remotes are in a very good location. Your first set of remotes, you push it forwards and then just a little bit more. That'll put it into a float. And then actual float if you have a mower on it. And then your back ones have a detent to where you just pull it back and it'll stay until it fully closes or or it retracts, and then same the other way, which is nice for having the baler, because whenever I pull the gate up on the baler, just pull it back, it'll pull back on its own. It'll go to neutral on its own, and then I just push it back forwards. Gate will go down, it'll lock, and it'll go back to neutral all on its own. PTO's right here. How to engage it, you push down and pull up to engage it. And you have to be sitting in the seat, or otherwise it will kill the tractor if you get out of it. And then to disengage, you just push it down and to disengage it. You have your, I believe this is called the lift-o-matic system that New Holland has. It's basically a quick raise. You pull this back, this will come out, which will lift your 3-point, and make it go back down. Just push that down, it'll lock, and your 3-point will go back down without having to touch your 3-point levers down here. You'll set these originally to where you want, and then you just use this. That's what I do. Hand throttle's right there. Has a 4-speed synchronized shuttle with 3 ranges, a low, medium, and high. And then you have to stop, you have to clutch and stop to shift your ranges, but you can shift your 1, 2, 3, 4 on the go with a clutch. One thing I'm going to talk about this tractor is the seat that I am currently sitting on. I think New Holland could have done a better job with the seat as far as where the placement of the seat sensor is. The seat sensor is up in the front. You can hear it pushing down right there. Like I said, I'm not a very big person, so normally I don't have the weight to push this down a lot of the time. I'm usually scooted further back in the seat, so normally I have a pillow, like a little throw pillow, right there, which just scooches me up just a little bit in order to keep that pushed down in order for it to do it, because it will die. Like I said, if PTO is on or you're changing from forward to reverse a lot, it will think you're not in the seat and it will die eventually, which sometimes can get kind of annoying. But has rear wiper and washer on it, which is very nice. You'll push this toggle switch right here to engage it, and you have your lights up on the top of the cab and then lights on the back of the cab. Also very nice, very bright. I believe that's everything. Differential lock is right there to engage your rear differential. I'm gonna start it up right now. You gotta have the clutch pushed in. Turn the key, let it cycle. And it fires right up. It's very, very quiet inside of here. Mainly the only thing you do here is the hydraulic pumps under the floorboard. That's mainly the only thing you hear. I'll move the loader just a little bit here. The loader's very, very, very fast at an idle, in my opinion. And then, like I mentioned earlier, you can double function with this very, very easily. Very easy to double function with this particular loader. It does have a level gauge on the side, which I believe you can adjust that for your hay forks or your bucket, but I don't really use it, to be honest with you. I forget that that's on there most of the time. I don't really think about it being on there, because I had one on another tractor and it kind of got ripped off by a tree limb. So, but runs good, very smooth inside here. I'll demonstrate with the auto throttle. I'll put it to auto throttle number 1. See the light turned on, indicating auto throttle's on. I'm not touching the foot throttle, nor am I touching the hand throttle. And it is idled up, and if I want to recall it, and it will go back to an idle. And it will stay that auto throttle. This tractor has a lot of power in it, and when that auto throttle is on, it will keep the power say you're going up a hill, it will do its best to keep your engine at the same RPMs. I've had a 7,000-pound baler going up some hills, and I've pulled that baler up at 4 miles an hour, and it doesn't lug the tractor. Which this tractor is 120 horsepower at the motor, 112 horsepower at the motor, and 92 at the PTO. Which is more than plenty for what we would ever need. We had a 75 horsepower before this, and let's just say that it struggled a little bit pulling the baler up and down the hills. It's nice. It's a very good tractor. Hope this thing holds out for a very, very long time. As of right now at 84 hours on the hour meter, it's doing very good. Like I said, the only issue we've had with it was that hydraulic pump first at the start, but New Holland replaced it free of charge, and we have not had any more issues with it since. So, if you like this video, if you like my channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and follow for more videos.